Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about trigger fingers. I don't know if you've ever had one, but it's very, very painful. Let me share my little presentation here. If you go to your doctor with a trigger finger, the most usual thing that they will recommend is that you get a cortisone injection or have a little surgery to release it. Um, my name is Jennifer Briggs. I'm a licensed acupuncturist here in Coos Bay, Oregon. And I am here to tell you today that there are non-surgical options for a triggering finger, which is great. So what is a trigger finger and why is it so painful? So I think most people are aware that our fingers move by means of the muscles themselves are not in the fingers. Because if they were, our fingers would have to be like this big. So the muscles that move our fingers are actually way down in our forearms here. And they are attached to they have long tendons. These muscles have long tendons that run all the way up to the fingers, to the tips of the fingers. So the muscle contracts here and it pulls the tendon, and then the muscle relaxes, or the muscle on the other side of the arm contracts and the finger straightens again. So these muscles have long tendons. Each of the fingers each of those tendons has a little sheath that keeps it in place so that the tendon doesn't move around. So it's kind of like a little eye with a rope that goes through it. So that sheath is just intended to keep the tendon right in line with where it's supposed to be. And sometimes the tendon itself gets swollen up, and it is too big to go through its little sheath, and it gets caught. And it gets caught as the finger, if it's swollen enough, it will get caught as the finger bends and as the finger straightens. So that little swollen spot on the tendon will get caught coming down here. Let's see. Like that, and then it'll get caught again when you straighten your finger out. This is a really unpleasant condition to have. People who have it do not recommend it because it makes it impossible for you to open or close your hand without pain. And people say it's really, really painful when that tendon is swollen. So doing simple things like grasping a coffee cup, carrying a bag of groceries by the handle, pulling on a rope, using a tool or a saw that you have to hold on to, gardening with a little like a little spade or something like that, working with wood, knitting, painting. I had a patient with a trigger finger on his left hand, and he likes to go out and goof around in his shop and go fishing for crabs. And it really got to where he couldn't do any of those things. Because anytime he would hold something, it would just be like he would just be holding it right here, and that finger would trigger. So we used We worked on that for kind of a long time because he had a pretty bad case of it, but he now can use that finger without. He says sometimes it still will get stuck, but he can carry things. He can carry pieces of lumber again. He can prune his trees. So, so he was able to overcome that without using surgery or without a cortisone shot. I had another patient who had that in the thumb, and so she lived by herself, and she actually thought she was going to lose her independence. She was getting really, really depressed. So on her, I used a little microcurrent stimulator, and it took a little while, but finally that thing untriggered. That the swelling on that tendon went down, and she was elated. She was so happy. Um, so there, the acupuncture itself actually naturally takes down swelling and inflammation. So we can really directly treat the swollen tendon with either needles or with microcurrent. That's a non-needle type of treatment. People find it very comfortable, actually. It seems kind of weird, but I always work within people's tolerance level. So if people do not want needles in that area, which I understand, we don't have to do that. So, just it's a matter of taking the inflammation in that tendon down, shrinking the tendon back to its normal size. Then it begins to move smoothly through its sheath again without catching. So if you or someone that you know has been suffering with a trigger finger, really there's, you might even think that you're in danger of losing the use of your hand, but this can be remedied without surgery. Go ahead and schedule an appointment with us, or you can even just like email and ask questions. But our contact form is on our website at briggshealth.com. That's BRIGGSHEALTH.com. This is a great time to do it at the beginning of summer, and so you can have your summer in front of you without your finger getting stuck closed or open or closed or open. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and do find us online at briggshealth.com. Thanks.